Hello, Combat and welcome back to another Marvel Snap video. In this video, we're going to be showing you 10 decks of the week. These are like off meta, and by off meta, I don't mean like they're going to be completely out there. I just try and change them up a little bit. Like this week, I've kind of focused a little bit on taking some of the meta decks and finding another way of playing them, like a different build. Like, for example, you've got Thanos in here, which is the Destroy. Like, don't get me wrong. Destroy Thanos isn't some new invention that I've just pulled out of my a-hole, right? It's always been a kind of a thing. But right now, ongoing Thanos and just normal teched out Thanos are just insane and super strong. But I wanted to show you there's like other ways of playing it. You don't need to play those ways. Thanos is just strong in general, so I went Destroy. Before we get into the video, don't forget to like it. It's the only thing YouTube really cares about for the algorithm. I appreciate it, especially on these meta videos. Every like helps because they don't really perform quite well. So pushing them to the algorithm helps me a lot, and I appreciate you all. And let's get into it, shall we? So, Destroy Thanos, like I said, right? I've not recreated the wheel here. I've just took Thanos, seeing which version of Thanos isn't really getting played right now. At least I haven't seen. I've seen a lot of Thanos, a lot of Thanos this week, and I haven't really seen a Destroy. So I thought Destroy. You can change Strange in here if you don't have him for Fire Hair, but I like the idea of Strange being in here. Eat your own stones as well, and you can eat your demon from the hood and stuff like that. But it's probably a little bit better to just have Fire Hair, right, and get the double stuff. But you know, Strange was a nice idea. Thought I'd put him in here. Next up, we took Negative. Went old school with the Tribunal stuff. Like, Negative's another deck that's performing quite well for quite a while now, right? It's got very obvious snap conditions, and you know when you can win and when you can, or at least when you have a great hand to win, right? And you force them to say, can we deal with it? Which is like your Negative into oh god, what's her name? Jane. Well, this one is just kind of like Tribunal, right? You don't have your Jane, you get your Negative down. Hopefully it hits Mystique and Iron Man. Pull out your Sarah, you got your Onslaught, your Tribunal. Skrulls in here because there's a lot of ongoing stuff going right now. So Skrulls in a very good spot still. I said at the start of the season when people are playing like Goliath and stuff like that, like you could put Goliath in here if you wanted to. Pretty cheap, easy card to put in. 1 second. Next up, oh god, I hurt more than say help. Next up, Surfer. Surfer again, popping off. That's because of the Carter buff going on to 3. Rhino getting a buff. Proxima getting a buff. Like, it's been a good while for Surfer, right? Surfer's in a spot where it's getting a lot of buffs without buffing it, right? It's just Freeze getting buffed, which is why I love Surfer as a card. I'm not a big fan of playing Surfer decks, but I like Surfer as a card because whenever there's Freeze, like a new free drop or free drops get buffed or nerfed, they can change like Surfer deck, right? This is just a discard one, so we don't have a lot of Freeze. We've got Brood, we've got Gambit, we've got Moon Knight, and we've got Lady Sif. I would change Absorbing Man for Proxima myself. I don't think Absorbing Man's that great. Obviously, you've got your Khonshu and your first Ghost Rider, and you got your Fenris, because you can destroy stuff with Gambit and bring discard stuff with Moon Knight. So there's plenty of plays in here. It's pretty nice. Next up, we've got On Reveal. This is a strange. Well, I wanted to look at a strange deck that was a little bit different, and this one kind of is, in the fact that we can eat. We've got stuff we can eat, and we don't need the strange, right? We could storm a lane into a strange over there at one point if we wanted to. We've got Thor that can get big, right? Because we've got Wong in here and Odin. I can go big. Strange can eat the hammer. He could eat drones from Ultron, right? We can get like double power from Ultron from Wong. Obviously, Wong Ironheart could pop off. Wong Doom, Wong White Tiger, you know, Odin stuff. plenty of options, so it kind of felt real nice to give this a little look. Next up, Mill. This is probably the closest to any meta, right? This is probably the strongest version of this deck. I was just kind of sick of seeing Thanos stuff, so I thought I'd put this in here. We can do quite a bit of work against Thanos in the fact that you have ways of answering their stuff as well. You got Fire Herring to get a load of hoods and stuff up. Yeah, you just destroy all the stones before their strange gets to eat them. Before they get to buff them or protect them, whatever, right? So I like this. I just love Mill in general. Not going to talk much about it because it's kind of straightforward. Next up, went with a counter deck, which is like Darkhawk stuff. We've got Mobius and Gorgon in here. I did a Darkhawk deck this week where it wasn't all in on counter, where this one kind of is, right? You have the junk package in here, which I really like, the Hood, Sentry, Annihilus, and Cersei. Then you've got, obviously, your Darkhawk stuff, your Korg, your Rock Slide, Darkhawk, Cassandra Nova, Iron Patriot, Captain America's in here, Mobius in here for any cost reductions. Really dirty, I hate meta deck, right? This is just I'm sick and tired of the meta. I just want to counter it, which is the reason I love Darkhawk in general, because like it's always this type of answer to Arashim stuff. And you don't need like Arashim or Thanos. You don't need like crazy cards to it, right? It's very open. Like you can go Korg, Cassandra, Rockslide, Darkhawk, and quite frankly, the rest of the deck is very open where you can go with it, right? These are kind of the answers. Obviously, you could put Gorgon in here these days as well. Probably put Gorgon in for like there's like 5-card key stuff that you like, and then the rest is kind of very open. Which is really nice. I always like decks that are open. Next up, I was looking for a deck for Black Bolt that I haven't seen played in a while or haven't played myself in a while, and I came across this one with Agatha. I don't know how strong this one is. I didn't get around to testing this deck, but it's an Agatha stuff. Look kind of interesting. I'm not sure how great it is, right? You obviously get your Black Bolt down, your Black Knight down, you discard your Agatha, you bring it back with Ghost Rider, you've got the Ebony Blade, you've got your Black Bolt stature to zap them, and then you've got stature cheap. Well, you zap with your Black Bolt right, and you get your stature cheap. You've got Claw to catch them out, Iron Man, Vision to reach lanes that are hard. Obviously, Ghost Rider's pretty big. Moon Knight's a decent card for discarding their stuff. Wave, in case you don't get your discard, and then you've got to just play your Agatha. You know, there's plenty of options there, which is pretty nice. Next up, Zoo Strange. This is just kind of a Zoo deck, right? There's nothing else to say about it, right? You've got Armor to protect your Strange, Juggernaut to knock away from lanes if you don't want to protect it. A load of card gen, you know, you got your demons, your Snow Guard stuff, your squirrels, you got your shield, you got Shana, all these ways of making stuff. You can eat them with Carnage. Strange can get big. You reduce the cost of Mockingbird. It's a little out there. It's probably like a little too in on the Strange, probably. But it looked interesting, so I put it on the list. Like the more we get down to the end of the list, the harder it is to get like wilder decks. So rather going to be like too wild, like the last one, which is kind of probably too much in on Strange, to other ones that are a little bit more on. Like this one here is pretty much a straight up Hela deck, right? But it's got Infinite Ultron, which I kind of wanted to see. I seen this deck. I was looking for like see if there's any interesting Hela stuff. And this is the one that came up. And honestly, it looks kind of interesting. You got your Blink, you got your Gambit, Corvus Glaive, you got your Hela in here, you got your Ghost Rider to bring stuff back. Interesting. It's probably, on paper, it looks a little weaker than just straight up normal Hela. But it could be nice because there is, like, we do have a lot of 6s here, right? Which kind of makes it a little awkward. But, you know, you got your Ghost Riders, so you can bring one of them back. then your Hela can bring another one back, which is kind of nice, right? You don't need, and you've got obviously Jubilee that can pull stuff out, right? You don't need to just be all in on Hela, which I like the idea of. And the last deck for the video is ongoing stuff. I lied about one of the other decks. This is probably the most meta deck. But that being said, it's kind of fallen off, like the Doom stuff. Keep nerfing him and changing him a little bit, and this is kind of fell off a little bit. But I wanted another Carter deck, and shown Doom. I can't remember the last time I really played Doom. It's probably been like a month or so, maybe start the season with Carter actually. So a couple of weeks. Yeah, Doom stuff. I don't really want to talk much about this deck because it's straightforward. Nothing's really changed, right? You just got Carter that's gonna add. It's a little bit cheaper and easier. Because the problem with Carter in this deck when at the start of the season when I was playing it was you could rarely fit Carter in to play, right? It was kind of always awkward, especially if you drew Doom before you got the Zabu down. Then you couldn't get Carter on, so it was always so awkward. But now Carter's cheaper, gives you that little bit of leeway. Obviously, ideally, you're playing Doom for free. But anyways, that is enough rambling. Again, don't forget to like the video. It helps me a lot with the channel algorithm, everything. And I will catch you tomorrow for another video.